whip it.
Hello, hello. Welcome to WIP IT Sundays. With me tonight, Mr. Commandant.
Good morning.
Custom Cannon.
Evening.
How are y'all doing tonight?
I'm tired.
I bet so.
I had a big day today. I even sold 5 of them Hess trucks. You believe that?
No wonder.
I got my grandmother, my grandmother-in-law. I don't know, my wife's grandmother. She's got a bunch of these Hess trucks. They were really big, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you sell these things and get money and blah, blah, blah. Well, let me assure you, you can't sell them and you ain't getting money for them. I have gotten 100 of them. 100 of them.
Why?
I sold 5 today. He met me down there in New Jersey.
Well, you only got
EasyCon.
95 more to sell.
That's it. And then I'm done. But I'm telling you, I only sold them for like $7 a piece.
I think I'm going to put this off and work on this when I can hook up my drawing tablet.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Cannon, look, I got the thing I went after.
That'll make it a little quicker.
He's right there.
That big old skeleton?
Yeah. Ain't he nice?
He's nice.
God, he's nice.
I got my great wolf in.
He's well, man.
Very cool.
Yeah, I shipped it. The Stormtrooper never turned over. I shipped it, and he still hasn't turned over, by the way. But they haven't even sent me the ship notification yet. So
it's frustrating.
I got mine in too.
Well, fucking good for you guys.
Yeah, so I got mine in, but the elbow was off. So.
Oh.
Yeah, well, while y'all have y'all's Great Wolf, I have my.
I'm not done yet complaining.
Orc skeleton.
Let me finish complaining here for a second. and some of the joints are like the top one in the left arm.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to have, it's not very much movement. It's maybe like 15 degrees. But it doesn't move that 15 degrees, whereas the one on the other arm does. And then the same thing is like that way on the lower leg.
So they Super 7'd it?
Did you throw your bag of tricks at it? You warm it up and hot water and everything else?
I even gave it some stern words.
Man.
I did everything short of breaking it.
I haven't opened mine yet, so we'll see. I couldn't get motivated to do any review stuff this weekend.
Cannon giving stern words can make a train take a dirt road. So,
I wish I would have got to the post office that day. That were the case.
I almost used his name. Sector. I'm gonna just ship him that Batman that I got. The Bruce Wayne that was trained by Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I can't find the accessories anywhere. I have tore my little room apart, and I've tore my toy room apart. I can't find them. I don't know what in the hell I did with them. I put them in a Ziploc bag like I always do. I didn't ship them to one of you guys by accident, did I?
No. Mm-hmm. What were the accessories? I don't even know what you're talking about. The Bruce Wayne that was trained by Bruce Wayne.
It's Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond.
They screwed up the bio, said he's Bruce Wayne and he's trained by Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
The good old codification of this thing. He has a back wings, which I have those. He has the stand, but he's got some hands and he's got some batarangs.
Batarangs.
And I remember putting them in a little bag, and I remember putting them on my desk right there. And then I took him and put him on the white shelf. I put him in that door, but I dumped that door completely out, but everything back in there. I can't find it.
Your audio went real muffled.
Yeah, it went funny. Like you were talking inside of a box.
Is it still that way? Because I didn't change
now it's
anything.
normal
now.
again.
I didn't change anything.
It's like you went into the cone of silence on Get Smart for a second.
I wish I could get smart doing that.
That TV show, Get Smart? From the 60s.
Yeah, a lot of. I even bought some clothes from C. Jessam. You believe that?
No.
There's proof right there. He's even got his extremely high price
What?
on there.
Did you get your dishes done first? No. Dishes done first. Otherwise,
No,
all
he
you'll
didn't
is you'll
do my
take 900
dishes.
years in the shower
It's
and then
kind
you
of,
won't do your dishes. I know how these things work. I used to be a kid. I know all the tricks.
Yeah, Don. Did you do your dishes first?
Did them when I got home. He gave me some coif putty. I don't know what the coif is. What's a coif? Me being the tailor should fucking know that, but I don't have my cell phone.
How is it spelled?
COIF. Coif. I think it goes around the neck.
Get the Sector 2813 in the house and Jeffrey Torres.
Hey, I was just talking about you, buddy.
It's a type of clothes-fitting cap or armor.
So the hood.
Here, can you all see that? One of them things.
Bigger. Yes, it is the hood. Yes.
I think technically it's a protective garment to keep you from getting tore up by your chainmail, but
Are you cleaning your brushes in your
Yep.
Country Time Lemonade?
You gotta be one with your gear. With your hobby. Be one with your
craft.
there, that's all I got to say about that.
Holy great good mooga.
I looks way too happy to be in that thing.
He does. He wouldn't be that happy in that thing. I bet he's warm.
He's like, hello, nice to
I'm
meet you.
I can curl my eyebrow up like that. I'm gonna make me one of those and wear it around to work.
how you do
Cork
it.
your eyebrow up like that? All
Yeah,
the
with
time?
my eyebrow permanently like that, the rock eyebrow.
Oh. That's funny.
Jeffrey Torres has got a question. Would the first release Snake Eyes be a good body for Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell game? I'm using the blacklist version as a reference.
Aren't they making a Splinter Cell figure?
Yeah.
If
you can find it, I would say you get the movie Snake Eyes. It's a little bit bigger body, and sculpt on it's really nice, and it's great for customs.
The movie body is bigger?
Yep.
The first release Snake Eyes must be tiny.
When I got the first release, I thought it was a true 1/12 scale figure. It's small.
Because the movie version is small also. It's like,
the movie one is bigger than the first release.
wow.
Yeah. I actually took my first release Snake Eyes and took all the gear and put on the movie one. Made a bigger Snake Eyes.
It's tiny.
Yeah, the 1.0 Snake Eyes is super tiny.
So what's the weather like where you're at? Is it raining?
It has been raining today.
Couldn't tell you.
Light drizzle.
Requires me to go outside.
I didn't catch any of the rain until right before I got to the house.
It was raining like a couple of days ago, like yesterday and the day before.
I was concerned. We had 94%. I was concerned I was going to be dealing with it the whole ride home. So I begrudgingly admit that Ruth Chris, that steakhouse, redeemed itself. Provided me with the best steak I've ever eaten in all my life.
Sector's got a question about dyeing a figure, and if the base color is blue, even if he uses red dye, would it come out purple?
Yeah.
Should. Trying to make an avatar Jake Sully into a Mephisto body. I want it to be purple. It will be purple.
Yeah, it'll be purple. Dye doesn't cover the color that's already there. Dye is more, it's transparent. So it's kind of like I would equate it to ink rather than paint.
Mm-hmm.
Like paint will cover because it's opaque, but dye and ink are transparent. In my experience. Now, I'm not saying that all inks are transparent because there are some that are not, but
yeah. So even if you dye stuff plastics black, over time it will the dye will leach out and you start seeing the original color back through.
And it'll bleed onto stuff sometimes.
Yep.
Yes. Dyeing is not the way.
No, don't dye.
The only thing that I would recommend dyeing is if you like
fabric.
Yes, fabric, but only light colored fabric, not dark colored fabric. But I would say those gummy joints, like for the knees and elbows, you can get away with dyeing them pretty successfully because they're so pliable. Yep. They get so soft, they absorb so much of it, but you still need to seal them.
With the softer joints,
you loaded the dishwasher that fast? Do I need to go check it? Why don't you go check it?
With the softer joints, you can actually get by with
all the silverware
in certain spots, like Sharpies.
Go check.
On those softer like joint pieces, because the Sharpie will soak into the plastic more than those parts.
But if I'm 100% honest, I use the Craftsman method on those joints. I get them really super hot, really hot, like pull them apart hot, throw some paint on them, and it thermo bonds it.
You do what?
So you get the joints really hot, like you're gonna pull them apart. You know?
Yep.
Get your heat gun, and then throw your acrylic paint on them, and then it thermo bonds the paint to the plastic. It makes it really hard to scratch off.
I've not tried that.
It doesn't work on the hard plastic. It only works on like the super gummy plastic. Which is usually like the knees and the elbows. Which is really, that's where you want to not rub. To not rub off.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to do this manually.
Oh. I did the whole thing at Legion's Con today. Boy, I went through went into their store and everything.
Did you see the dragon?
They had two of them. I took pictures of both of them.
That thing looks awesome.
Oh, you just really you don't know. It looks so much better in person than any picture I've ever seen of it.
Like donate a kidney.
You might have to.
That looks good. Medium.
My wife liked it. You know, she's not down for all this stuff. She went for the steak. But she really liked the dragon.
She went for the steak.
It's an impressive piece. Robo was sitting there talking to her, and he's like, you just put it on the table. You put it on the table. It's the centerpiece. It's kind of like a cornucopia, and people come in and they talk. They see it and they're going to talk about it. It's that good.
Robo responded to one of my comments the other day. It was like he was showing off the what was it, the Beast? Is it the Beast Kingdom that does the 8-inch figures? Their dark side figure.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh no, that thing's horrible, atrocious, awful, disgusting elbows. And he's like, 40 minutes of toys, and that's what you got out of it. It's like, I'm salty about that figure, man. It looks so good, except for the elbows and the toe joint, and it's such a disappointment. Man, such a disappointment.
Different Tour is asking, is a 3D printed puncher vest that costs $26 expensive, or is that standard price?
Oh, what? How much?
$26 for a 3D printed vest.
That seems kind of high.
Man, I don't know, man. The entire toy costs $20,
Yeah.
For a vest, that seems kind of high.
Yeah. Especially how cheap prints can be.
So
all the work in a 3D print is in the modeling and the engineering.
If I sell stuff, the first one will be more expensive, and then as they go, then they get cheaper, because the first one's the expensive one, because that's when all the work comes in. Know what I'm saying?
I bought a bunch of heads while I was down there.
If it's a custom piece that you just did yourself, or that they just did a one-off, I don't think that's really reasonable.
I bought them for Derek, and I'm telling you, some of them they're like wanting $25. But homeboy on the end down there, who's selling them for $10 a pop, was doing a much better job. His resin was better. It was stiffer.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as iridescent.
Jeffrey Torres has got another question. Spiro Toys monkey figures, would it be good for Wukong Monkey King? Because he feels like the body base is a bit cartoony. They are a little stylized style, but that's their style. It all depends on what you want to go with for a Monkey King.
Yeah.
I spoke to him today too, or yesterday.
He's really nice.
I talked to him about I wasn't a big fan of the birds, and he looked kind of like and I was like, but Harker Customs is doing the cloth for those. I said, so I went ahead and bought both of the birds that he's doing stuff for. He's like, yeah, man, I'm impressive work that he's doing. He had the model out there, sitting out there with the fabric on it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Fully painted. He wouldn't let nobody touch him, but he wouldn't let me touch it. I put it to you like that.
After telling you hate him.
But I was like, yeah, I kicked. The Brutal Realm. That Kickstarter, he was out there, and I told him that, I had Kickstarter. He was adamant. He's like, yeah, man, here, and he picks it up. And he's like, I want you to here. This is what you're gonna get. Play with it, mess with it, whatever. And then when I reached for it, he saw my tattoo on my arm, and he's like, oh, and he pulled up the sleeve up to his shoulder, and he had the exact same one on his shoulder.
Cool.
I was like, oh yeah.
Found a kindred spirit, huh?
They're really enthused for their line too, which is great.
Yeah, they're really passionate about it. He was very excited. He was jibber jabber everybody. It looked good. I mean, it was loosey goosey, because it's a printed, painted, unpainted, printed thing, but all the joints they looked right, and the cuts look good. I sent you the picture of the
Oh yeah, I liked it.
side profile. I think the bigger shoulders and the bigger arms, I think it looks right.
Yeah, that was the biggest issue I had with them was the things they fixed.
The biggest issues was I was misunderstanding what you were saying there for a second.
He's
I heard the biggest issue I had with them was the thing they fixed, which was like my brain didn't brain that for a second.
Yeah.
But you said it the way I said it. That was like they fixed the thing I had a problem with.
Yeah,
He said what they showed in the Kickstarter is like a 2.0. He says before they ship out to the customers, it's going to be 2.5 or later in fixes and iteration.
Yeah, I thought the shoulders were too small, but the updated version looked better.
And you want me to send you the picture of them? I don't know if I sent you the picture.
The shape of the pectoral muscles are much better now too.
I don't have my phone.
That was the thing I was
most concerned about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked the figure felt good. It held, it felt good in the hand.
There it is. The picture you sent. That's the type of bodies Mattel should have been making for their Masterverse. I don't like the Masterverse figures.
So yeah, I walked away much more confident about that Kickstarter.
Cuckoo.
Weirdly, a little less confident with the Spiro Kickstarter. Kind of weird. The prototype they had out there for the lizard people looked weird. It looked so odd to me. I couldn't ascertain which one it was. It took me a solid 60 seconds of looking at it to figure it was the one that I had pre-ordered or Kickstarted.
I do like their new the Shudo line. They're advertising it's going to be G.I. Joe scale, samurais. Of course, the one is clearly Zorro from One Piece, just with blonde hair. He's got one eye, scar across that eye's cut, scar across his chest, 3 swords, same haircut, everything. It's just Zorro. With blonde hair.
So it's Zorro with blonde hair, you say?
Yeah.
I didn't see Big Nerdy down there at all. I was kind of surprised. I thought for sure he'd be there.
Oh, these are like ball bearings meant for like putting in your paint for shakers. You can buy these on Amazon. Just anytime I open up a jar of paint anymore, I drop a couple of these in there. Jeffrey Torres was asking that. What I was putting in my paint.
Drugs.
Yep.
The wife made me stop at White Castle. You ever read it too?
Nope.
I would love to. I've never ate an actual White Castle. My dad used to tell me stories about eating White Castle when he worked at Midwest when he was young. He always loved those sliders.
Say, we'll say 6 out of 10. You ever had Crystal?
I have.
No, I don't do drugs.
I think Crystal is better.
Crystal burgers are better.
Yeah. I feel pretty confident the Crystals are better.
Nobody laughs at my
We
jokes.
we got 2 chicken burgers, right? 2 chicken sliders.
Yep.
And it was just bread, chicken patty bread.
Yes, I got the Crystal method joke. It's very much of a dad joke.
Well, I qualify.
Yes. This is very true.
Card carrying member.
Aren't we not supposed? I thought that was the rule. You're not actually supposed to laugh at dad jokes.
No, you're supposed to laugh at dad jokes.
I thought you're supposed to like roll your eyes at dad jokes.
No, only hoity-toity uptight people don't laugh at dad jokes.
You're supposed to laugh at all jokes.
That's how you
Why?
gauge the character of an individual. If they're secure enough to laugh at a dumb dad joke, then they are all right. But if they're not, then you have to watch out, because you can't trust somebody who's insecure with themselves so much that they can't laugh at something stupid.
But we were talking about hamburgers. It's important.
It's Crystal with a K.
Yeah.
Like a stripper.
Well, it is the place where people would go after they get drunk at a bar. They go through and get like a sack full of crystals. I was a
They
designated
go
driver
through
one
a
night.
sack full of crystals.
Yeah, I was a designated driver one night, and the young kid, youngest in the car, was like, "I want a sack full of you." Go through the drive-through.
Oh boy.
It would have made it even more awkward. We pulled up to the window. It was his cousin.
Did you wash your earrings?
I did just now.
Did you brush your teeth? Yeah, good idea.
I thought you was asking me if I washed my earrings. I'm like, man, every
did
time
you?
I shower.
Yeah, well, she got new earrings.
I ain't new.
Hers are new.
They're well over a year old.
She just got them pierced today.
Oh, Jesus. Alcohol.
On it or drink it. She's too young to get them to drink it.
No, you wash them with alcohol to keep them clean so they don't get infected.
Yeah. If he's infected, this shit hurts. Robo was wearing blue jeans, so
Oh, he just wore shorts.
yeah, I brought that shit up. I was like, see, you do wear blue jeans. He's like, I'm out in public. I have to look nice. He says, I'm not in Arkansas.
It's 7:30,
Is it? No, shit, no. Yes?
8:30 for you.
Wait, okay.
Darce in the house. Yeah.
Let's see. When I walked
on,
in here, it was 7:30. Party on, Darth.
Do you think Michael J. White would make a good Jax for Mortal Kombat? He was the actor who played Spawn. Yeah. Michael J. White too. I think he'd be wasted on Jax.
All right, I might end up on some kind of watch list.
What?
If I'm not on a watch list, I'd be amazed.
I'm looking for a nice leather texture. And so I just looked up elephant skin, and then it started like showing up all these, pictures of things made out of elephant skin. And I was like, that's not what I meant. I just want a texture. Like that.
Oh, Spiro did have the big elephant guy down there.
Mm-hmm.
That is impressive. It is big. It's like the same size as my skeleton. Guys, have you seen my skeleton? Look at him. He's huge.
Why don't you put him up close so we can take a good look at him? I mean, he's kind of covered up and he's way back at the back. Let's get a full screen on him so we can really appreciate him.
Yeah.
If you get him too close, he's taking. We start cutting his head off.
Well, I mean, he did die, so.
That is a big old skeleton.
That's from the 4-pack of the Mythic Legions ones.
See, this is a.
That's an orc skeleton.
This is the.
Luke Cage buddy.
Yes, that. And it comes up to his rib cage.
What else he got on him?
This was on his waist and on his things. I'm gonna put other stuff on there. But yeah, this is actually 3D printed. It's all out of resin.
And does it articulate well?
Yeah, like just as well as any other Mythic Legion figure.
Where did you get that from? Oh, well, I mean, I don't get to go to those fancy smanchy things like that because of where I live.
Yeah, he's big and beautiful. I told my wife, I was like, look, they had him last year too. And I told my wife, I said, look, this year, I'm coming home with one. I don't care if they're $600. Prepare yourself. Luckily, it wasn't $600.
Yeah.
Speaking of, so how much do you think the Dragon's going to be?
Hopefully, they keep it below 500.
I will be surprised if it is.
Because if they can keep it below 500, like 499, they'll have more sales.
So I was talking. This guy was leaving the store, and he had one of the snake guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, do they have that wave in there?" And he's like, "No, nothing like that." And I was like, "Yeah, I wonder how much that dragon's going to cost." As a matter of fact, it's been a point of contention in my little social circle how much that thing's going to cost. And then the guy, the person that works for the Four Horsemen, he said, "Well, what do you thinking it's going to cost?" And I was like, "I'm thinking it's going to be around 900." And he kind of like frowned at me.
I frowned at you too. That's way too much.
I don't know if I'm like way up or way down, but he frowned at me over it.
I'd frown at you.
But
if it's $1,000, I think that's too much because that's going to put it out. I think that's going to put it out most people's price range.
To be fair, it should be out of most people's price range. It is huge. When I say huge, I mean capital H huge. It is big. It is.
You don't have to brag.
It's longer than my chest is wide.
Do you hear that? He's bragging some more.
That big ass skeleton could be a good skill of biblical Goliath. Yeah.
So, I think that they'll try to keep the price down. And the other thing is that they're not doing an injection molding for the chest cavity. They're doing rotocasting for it. And I believe that the cost of making a rotocasting mold for something is a lot less than an injection molding, because the thing with injection molding plastic is that they have to have a, like, you can tell when somebody skims on the price for the injection molding stuff, because then the heat isn't drawn away from the plastic enough, and that's what causes those. From what I understand, I'm not in the industry, but that's what causes those areas where they kind of sink in.
Yeah, that's what
I'm talking about. If they don't have enough aluminum in there, because they're skimping on their size for their injection molding things, then the aluminum doesn't draw the heat out. Or if they're trying to injection mold stuff too quickly and don't allow for the heat to bleed off, it'll do the same thing. So and for something that big, it makes more sense to rotocast it. And I think it's cheaper.
Well, it would be a lot less plastic.
Yeah.
It'd cut down on the weight on it too.
Yeah.
It is such a big boy.
So
now the
sorts of good decisions
for being the 10th anniversary, they're finally made an announcement they're going to update articulation on their figures. They're going to start giving double jointed elbows and knees on the regular bodies on a 3.0 body.
Nice.
I did hear that it's going to be January before we get the Necronomicon wave.
January.
How about that? I ordered that accessory pack for the Cosmic Legions, the one that was like the diorama pieces, the crates and stuff. I haven't seen that thing yet.
January. So they're going to be 3 years late on those skeletons.
Yes.
That's a bunch of horse shit there.
My white shelf couldn't take all those figures, so I'm all right with it.
I've had it pre-ordered since they went up for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store.
Oh, so that means I'll get mine before you get yours.
Oh yeah. Especially since they don't seem to be in a rush to get them out.
They always ship to the people that buy from them first. And then once all those orders are filled, they ship to the third-party people.
Put a little bit of Mr. Color thinner in my gray paint I just opened.
I figured you'd be happy about the January thing. You're the first person I thought of when I read that.
Yeah, I've been waiting for those.
I thought he's gonna be very pleased.
Oh yeah.
How long you been waiting for it?
February 22.
Just as long as I have.
Except I haven't paid for mine yet. You have.
Mm. Oh, I'm tired.
I'm not keen on giving people money before I get a year before I get stuff, but that's what kept me from doing HasLabs for so long. I eventually did, but
Biblical Goliath. You know, the D13 people were out there at Legion's Con, which, you know, I suppose that's fair. It's the same guy.
Yeah, part of the same group, aren't they? For the
Yeah.
Oh, what the? I gotta go get my phone.
yeah.
I don't have a choice. I gotta look up something.
He doesn't have a choice.
Okay.
This is the exciting world of 3D modeling, folks. I'm making a texture for that X handle.
Yeah. Okay. Getting closer on finishing up Skeletor. Sector 2813 says Ecto 1 is limping along, hoping that overseas numbers pulled it over to the goal.
Wow. I would like to buy that, but that is also too expensive.
A few years ago, I'd been all over that. But now it's got to the point where I need to watch what I get. Got so much stuff. Now I got the 3 3/4 inch one. They had released not too long ago. It don't light up or anything, but they're making the O-ring 3 3/4 inch figures to go with it. So kind of getting them.
One, two, three. One. My hair looked really good yesterday too.
Yeah.
Not very common. Pretty uncommon. Is this the same color as this? Huh. It is. Sam got a bad report card from his grandma.
Oh.
He spent the night with her while we were in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So he got in trouble. It's hard to not see him for a couple of days and then have to come back and be stern.
Yeah.
He's like, I know you don't want to do this, so why are you doing it? I'm not sure I have enough time to go through all the motions here. Let's make sure it's big enough. I think it is. Surely enough it is. this in.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Goodbye. So yeah, it was a good time. You should have went.
I couldn't. That's way outside where I can. That's way far away. Way too much money.
It was a lot of money for really reals.
Tightening my belt everywhere.
My wife, she kept hitting me with the.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit popping off like $300 a transaction.
I would make anybody make that noise.
Yeah, she's like, "Argh." And I was like, look, I don't want to make you go sit in the car. We in this together. She even got some diorama pieces.
Did she?
She did. She bought them for her plants.
Diorama pieces for her plants.
Yeah. Here, I'll send you a picture. Boop boop be doop. Pickle.
Pickle.
Yeah.
We're gonna give that a try. I don't understand why this has to be an export now instead of just saving as a JPEG, because essentially you're doing the same thing. Why that's wow, that's nice looking.
What?
Yeah,
Diorama pieces that he sent me.
yeah, they're arguably the best in the business on the diorama pieces, but they are priced accordingly.
I feel like I could make a diorama like that.
He paints all his stuff too.
Okay, well, I hate painting. Should update my Blender at some point.
I think if I just had some water, that would be enough.
Ah! And I just run that. Oh, it's got all kinds of grit and stuff in it now.
I had to walk in the bedroom to get my phone, and I almost laid in that bed.
Like, where'd Don go?
Got close. Knees started shaking when I was walking by there.
You're getting weak, huh?
Yeah. Get in there. Get in there, boy.
Oh.
Okay, we're gonna have just a little bit of water for this section right here. I think I have. I think this is one. Smells like acetone.
Maybe it is.
Well, I got a whole bottle of acetone right there. Why would I have a little bottle of it? I didn't see. It don't make no sense.
Duplicates, all kinds of stuff. It don't make sense. They got it. I bought another roll of green stuff because I couldn't find it when it was laying right next to me. I do all kinds of stuff that don't make sense.
Don't make no sense. Oh. Where's that little napkin I got? Pop that up for me. Good job, you.
Skeletor got no pretty good attention on Instagram.
Say what?
The work in progress picture I put on Skeletor on Instagram got pretty good attention. Stripped every bit of the purple off I did just the wind just dropped the whole hood in some Winsor Newton. Yeah. Or dropped it on the floor.
Drop it like it's hot.
You know, it's wet paint and hit the dirty floor and had all kinds of stuff in it.
That's upsetting.
Yeah.
Right before I left to go to New Jersey, I bought my dog some treats, some esophaguses. And when I got back, she had eaten every single one of them. The cats had knocked it off the table. Some shit.
Teamwork. Basically, I'm gonna go rinse it off in the sink and I'll be right back.
So She got a bunch of treats she shouldn't have got. The veterinarian, the friend that we have at the vet, she's the one that come over and fed her while we were gone. And she's like, I don't like the way she's breathing. I said, it's probably the entire bag of treats she ate. You gotta work tomorrow?
Yeah, I gotta work tomorrow. Oh, I gotta work.
Man, it's my holiday.
It doesn't count as a real government holiday.
Well, it is. It's mine.
It's just observed, and I thank you for your service. But
well, thank you for your support, but it's mine. Take the day off, drink a beer.
I can't. I gotta take a day off later in the week.
I'm taking part of the day off tomorrow.
I'm working the whole thing because they're paying me double time.
Oh.
They're making it worth my while.
Made an offer you couldn't refuse. I got that. I think I got that. I don't have that. Thought I had a clip of that. I don't. Yep. Christian, great Skeletor custom. What body base to use? I'm using a rock python body, which has a lot of light blue already on it. Which is the Grim Reaper buck, and I'm using the arms off of Blue Marble because I hate the Grim Reaper's arms, and the Blue Marble arms fit fine, perfectly onto the Grim Reaper. The sculpt on those Grim Reaper arms are just so ugly. I never have liked those. The biceps are weirdly long and they just don't look right. The whole sculpt is weird. You cast the Skeletor feet or use 2000X Skeletor parts. I use 2000X Skeletor parts. Cut the feet off and just turn them into like Marvel Legends style feet. Drill a hole in the front, put some O-rings in. And same with the shins. These are for the 2000X. When I cut them off, the feet off, I haul it out and cut the shins on the Rock Python. And cut the top off the boot, and basically cut the shins in two, and haul it out enough where I can and trim these up where I can insert them in to make the shin pieces.
Yeah, what he said.
The hood I'm using, I believe I got from Corey about 10 years ago. It's been hanging around, and like Corey would do those like lot bags, and I'd get all kinds of stuff in those. All right. Finished drinking my poison. I'm being funny and serious at the same time when I said I was just finished drinking my poison. They're using country time lemonade, and they put yellow dye number 5 in, which is actually literally a toxic poison. But the FDA says it's okay. It's a byproduct from making coke, turning coal into coke that they use in asphalt. but it's what makes foods bright and colorful.
Well, they use straight up radiation in a certain red color. A radioactive material. So
all this stuff is banned in every country except for the United States. That stuff used not to be in our food.
yeah, you're eating it.
Yep.
Which is the best way to get poison delivered to your system. Gotta do a collar. You can hear my son flying off the handle downstairs. I wonder what's going on.
You can go check, see what's going on.
Well, the wife's down there, so I imagine they're playing together.
Got you.
Whiplash. Let's see. Oh yeah, the loincloth. Yeah, here, hold this. You might be getting one of those. Egads. Oh. Here's a thought process for a collar. Oh, this is the Nefaria collar. Yeah. Where's that at? That might work.
The Nefaria collar should work for vision too, shouldn't it?
I think it needs to be not taller but longer. It needs to wrap around his head a little more.
Nah.
Bathing suit.
Not gonna make that mistake again. I'm gonna use
Did I already put the Nefaria in the? What is that? GW Toys. Hulk. Monkey. Etsy. This is not. Red Hood pants. shirt. This is not the Nefaria cape. What is this? It is untitled. Love it when I do that. So we got the dragon pants, and this is the also another untitled cape. Sleeves of some kind, it's untitled. See, look, whiplash cape.
Untitled
Clearly marked.
Are you trying to copy my titling conventions?
That's the way I title everything.
Hey.
Let's see what we got in Chaw. There's Dr. Cape up there.
Dr. Cape.
Some more lips. A lot of prime capes.
I wonder why. What you got so many prime capes for?
Oh, there's a Nefaria collar right there. This is the Dr. Cape collar. Alucard collar. I think we'll go with the Doctor.
Doctor? Doctor?
I'll put this Nefaria collar right there so that I'll have it since it's the one you requested. Crown cape, Alucard, hood, prime. Oh, here's another collar. Magnus. Oh, this is the Vision one. Huh. Robin. Version 5. It's not telling me a whole lot. Untitled. Untitled.
Name of your sex tape?
Oh, here's Lore's cape. How about that?
Which one?
Prime's cape. Cloak. Some more Prime cape. Oh, Mythic Legion's cape. Yeah. I need to put more work in that. This is another Prime cape. This is another piece of the Prime cape. This is Moon Knight, if I'm not mistaken. It's not labeled. This is another Kissy cape. Pretty sure that's for a Plunderling. Also another Kissy cape. This is a Doctor cape. It's huge. It's huge.
Huge. Like quite a few people in the toy community were at the Legion's Con.
There was. Although, like I said, there were some people that wasn't there that surprised me. Or rather, I didn't see.
Who was some of the ones you were surprised not to see?
Like I said, Big Nerdy. Didn't see Big Nerdy. I saw a lot of people being followed around on camera, and 2 people that had a cameraman that was following them around and doing the camera stuff, and 4 people that were using their cell phones in the selfie mode, recording, talking about what was going on.
Yeah.
There was this one guy that was quite the jackass. He would walk up and, like, if you were talking to somebody or whatever, he would just like cut in front of you and start interviewing them.
Oh, I wish I could have been there with my friend Brian.
I was like, I watched him do that shit twice. I was like, that's wild, because I wouldn't let that shit stand.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'd been a little.
I think
Excuse me, buddy.
Kind of put out by that.
What? Now, while I was talking to several times, I was talking to Pinkerton. People would start loitering behind. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna let you go because apparently you got some people wanting to talk to you. And that's the reason I quit talking to Larson, and the reason I quit talking to Robo was because people started loitering.
Yeah.
Trying to talk to him. Robo is a nice guy, man. Very patient and kind. He's also short.
Yes. I knew the short part.
Well, when you're 6'3" or 6'4", everybody's kind of short.
I'm not 6'3". He stood just ever so slightly shorter than me.
I wasn't talking about.
I don't know why, but I was expecting him to be taller than me.
He looks like a tiny guy on camera.
Yeah.
I don't know, but Pinkerton, he is huge. He is like 6'5".
I'm 6'2".
And
I'm 2-dimensional.
Big Nerdy's big. He's over 6 foot.
Yeah. He
Larson
should be.
Huge
If you're going by handle Big Nerdy, he should be a big guy.
Well, he's both. And Larson is tall too. Larson was a solid head taller than me. Yeah, a lot of moving parts, and like there was this one aisle. Wade was there.
Yeah, I knew Wade was there. I saw his pictures on there.
He wasn't there in his capacity though. He was there as a booth. And that man's lost some weight.
Name Hills in the chat. Crack Cow Mafia. Have you guys watched the Dragon Ball Dynama, the new movie? I have not.
Oh, I got a hole in my pants.
Yeah, but did you ship
that up?
Did you ship your pants?
Only if I knew somebody that could sew.
You could ship them to somebody who sold them. Ship your pants.
Oh, okay. It's liked your photo.
I should check with that guy and make sure that his thing arrived.
The heads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's on. Hindsight, probably should just ship them. Yeah, he got them. He sent me pictures when he got them and had them in hand.
Probably should have just done what? Did they arrive okay?
Yeah, they arrived okay. They probably should have shipped them to me because I'm going to end up painting them.
Oh.
Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah. It's all right.
He's like,
all right, gentlemen. a little bit after my bedtime. I'm gonna dog it off for the night.
You have a good night, sir. It was good talking to you.
I was surprised to see you on the night after your long weekend.
Appreciate you letting me come out, hang out, chit chat.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Work on some of my stuff. Hope y'all have a good night. Hope y'all have a safe holiday tomorrow.
I'll be working from home tomorrow. I gotta take my cousin to a doctor's appointment at 1:30.
Be like, I know this guy, and it's his holiday. We have to take it off because it's his.
I got regular work.
Me too. That's for that.
Yep. I was surprised. I actually checked the calendar. It's like, tomorrow off. I was like, I gotta work tomorrow.
Thank you for your service, you and all the veterans.
Yes, my wife has to.
Come here.
So it's good.
Come give me hugs, kiss, good night.
Yep, hugs, kiss. Good night.
Love you. Love you.
Too.
Love you too.
Good night.
You too, Don. Good night.
Good night, Don.
You be good.
Be good at it.
Treat the missus right.
And then they were two.
Like that guy. So nice.
Yes, he is.
Got a real kind heart.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Working on your ex.
I see that.
I don't know.
Crazy designed axe.
One of these days I'll get back to working on some stuff.
Somebody quit pestering you like, hey, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you make this for me? I appreciate everything you do, dude. I can't thank you enough for.
That's no problem. I enjoy doing it. It keeps me from having to come up with all the ideas to do stuff. You know, I was just doing the ideas. Sometimes the ideas are the hard part.
It is. Earlier, I was like, what am I going to work on tonight? Oh, I got Skeletor and I got Ghost Rider I need to work on.
Got a couple of veterans I need to call and let them know that I appreciate their service.
Dry brushing some blue onto the Ghost Rider jacket. Let's go back and touch up all the silver and stuff on the artwork. Always use blue as highlights on his leather, so we do some blue dry brushing. so much better. Stranger view. There we go. There's two on here. A little bit of blue highlights on the jacket. Looks good.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, it's family share line. Go back to my lap. Get back. You don't need a shower tonight? Make sure the beer's clean. Well, look around for it. Maybe you can find it.
Mhm. I like it. Nice blue highlights to the jacket.
All right, oldest child. Oldest child. Sawyer. Holly. Did you get that plate scraped and put in the sink? And the cup dumped out? Okay. Sometimes you gotta do some parenting.
I don't.
Sometimes I have to do some parenting.
Well, name fields asking when I'm use Ghost Rider to make them taller. I losing the boots, the external boots, going with Netflix Luke Cage legs. I know you won't have his motorcycle boots, else, but he gains a lot of height, and they look proportionate too. So
He is kind of short.
it's worth the trade-off to lose some height. I mean, lose the boots to gain height.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, when I wore motorcycle boots, I didn't tuck my pants into my boots.
Well, not everybody does.
Hardly anybody does that.
Unless it's raining. And sometimes people will do that.
Yeah.
Or if like the roads are wet.
Ghost Rider did that because it was the 90s, yeah. I'm initially going to be painting the legs a lighter gray, but once I do the washes on it, it'll darken it back up.
Hmm?
Okay, cool. Let's check, make sure. We got the show streaming on X tonight.
Oh, how's that going? That was my middle kid singing as they went past.
We got a view on it. It's, we're doing X instead of Facebook. Just they let you stream to 3 locations with StreamYard. So instead of doing Facebook, I'm starting to use X.
See how that goes.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of interaction on X except for family member just liking the stream usually. But I posted a link to the stream on Facebook, so instead of watching it there, they can watch it on other platforms. We'll see how it goes. Interesting.
What's that?
I just noticed the sculpt on the back pocket on the Ghost Rider. He's got a wallet in his back pocket.
That's good.
That's
Have
kind
a
of cool.
wallet.
It's cool they actually sculpted that detail into the figure.
Mm-hmm. I should really download the new version of Blender. I hear there are a lot more sculpting options.
Mm-hmm. You should download the newest version of Blender.
Are you going to take it E.
F.
Sorry. Talking to my oldest kid. Trying to get everything in line for tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Going to school, switching to their mom's house this next week.
Yeah.
I don't know if that load's done or not. But if it's done, you can switch it, and then I'll make sure that it gets dry before I go to bed.
Yeah, I got a nice pair of, let's think about it. I like my motorcycle boots. I had them for riding ATVs, like they're off-road motorcycle boots. I like those things. Remember there's a snake on the patio one time when like, what? I forget what.
Snake on the patio.
Yeah, it's like I was trying to remember the whole details on it. It's like, need to get rid of it. It's like, oh, don't worry, I'll take care of it. I just put my motorcycle boot out there and just stepped on it.
Yeah, I don't like snakes. Not a fan.
Big copperhead. I went outside. I just put my boots on, walked out there and just squished it.
I was in high school and coming out of the house, and we had 3 steps down. You know, when you're a kid, you just run and jump the steps, and you're on your way.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I came down on the sidewalk right next to the snake and kept going. And it's a good thing that I had kept going, because I feel this tug at the back of my pants leg. And see this rattlesnake go flying off into the yard.
Yeah.
Went and got a hoe and hacked it up and chucked it out into the driveway, drove it over with the car, and
make sure a sucker.
and then picked it up and threw it in a trash can, because I had my dog and my cats out there. Wanted to make sure that they were safe, but also because,
Yeah. Figures out in the chat, says, "What's up, fam?"
Family, 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 family.
dangerous to be left around.
I didn't want to stop. Figures out said last time he jumped on and we were talking about the neck joints. What do you say you like better than offset ball barrel? I like the
Disc hinge.
disc hinge. It's hard to mess up a disc hinge. I remember when I had my boxers, they would kill snakes. They were quite good at it too. They'd sling them suckers and just snap their necks.
Well, I didn't want to take the chance.
Well, I just saying that's what my boxers would do. They were fast too. They would get them before anybody else. They'd run over 40 miles an hour, so. They wouldn't trigger the motion detector light on the house when they'd run.
Stealth boxers.
Yep. That's speed. They had a need for speed. I watched the first time I noticed that they ran by that motion detector light on the corner of the house. I was like, what? Walked over and put my hand in front of it and it turned on and they just ran by it so fast it didn't trigger it. To exercise them, I would use my four-wheeler.
I'll let them run.
Yeah. They would run with the four-wheeler. It wasn't a fast four-wheeler. They like run about 40, 45, and they'd stay right there up with it. I let them run the mountainside every day. They were rippling muscle for. I don't often see boxers as muscular as them anymore. Some of the breed's gotten smaller.
Possible.
Of course, their parents were AKC champions too.
Makes a difference.
I remember there's goofy people. I'd take them to I'd ride around with them in the back of my truck and stuff, and just go to the grocery store, go get them some like hamburger or like cheap steaks, give them to them like the back of the truck. People are like, "You're gonna make them sick, give them raw meat." It's like they're carnivores. They find rotten stuff in the woods and eat it, and they're fine.
Yeah, I mean, as long as there's no parasites in the meat, it'll be fine.
It's right out of the grocery store. They're not going to get sick eating raw meat out of the grocery store. They love it because they're carnivores.
Love you. Bless you. Bless you twice. Yeah.
Their personalities were very different. They're two brothers.
Mm-hmm.
One thing too, they stayed muscular too. We never had them fixed.
It makes a difference.
Yeah, keeps their muscles more developed and. Like I thought, every vet I went to like that would like talk about that. I was like, "You're stupid. These are AKC registered boxers. I'm not fixing them."
What? I'll be back in a second.
Mm-hmm. figures out that this is just a gray painted one with a light gray, I'm going to be putting washes on it to darken it up. This is the color I'm going with. It'll just get darker after I apply the washes. It looks like a primer. It's very light gray. Well, kind of more of a medium gray, not light. I actually have lighter grays than this. Actually working on Ghost Rider. Giving them new legs to make them taller.
I'm back. I'm gonna have to go here before too long.
Yeah, we're only got about 2 minutes left on the show anyway.
All right. Sometimes when I'm not paying attention, my kids get distracted for what they're supposed to be doing. Get in quotations distracted.
Also working on a Skeletor. Painting up the armor and the body. I just go basically in the home stretch on Skeletor body wise. So I just got to finish painting up the purple parts. Then bottom of the feet. And paint up the head. That's the head. Found this head on Cult 3D and Skeletor head.
Mm-hmm.
Using that for the Skeletor. I was using an old skull I had gotten a long time ago. I forgot even where, maybe from Corey. But it's a little small for that body. I like this one better. It's a little bigger. Well, in the hood, it worked okay, but I want it to be a little bit bigger. I don't know where I put that thing at now. It's here somewhere. Here it is. This was the head I was going to use.
That's
Still looks good.
Still a good Skeletor head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I like them both, so maybe I'll finish painting them both up. This one's just a little bit bigger. I like how gnarly this one, the sculpt on that one is. Is it camera focus? There.
Mm-hmm.
This is just we're gonna do the opening jaw.
Yeah.
You royal boob.
Skeletor.
So I'm working on 2 skull-based edit characters. Like, well, technically 3 if you count my own character. But he's done as far as I can get until, well, he's on the home stretch with the axe you're working on for me, which is looking awesome. And the coat from Don, he's done. Yeah, those metal rods upstairs, like, we can try that. We were talking about doing that with the sword. This is kind of like the trial run for that.
Yeah.
Oh, you got anything planned on Tuesday evening?
On Tuesday evening?
Mm-hmm.
Not off the top of my head.
I was going to do another Batmobile build. Just wonder if you'd be interested in hanging out for a little bit.
Yeah, I can do that.
I was going to do it this past Tuesday, but there's a thing going on. I figured, probably not best not to do that.
I don't even remember what was happening last Tuesday.
Election night.
Oh, yeah. Why did I think that was Wednesday? Man, my week. Oh.
Elections are always on Tuesdays.
Hey, sometimes you just don't know what day of the week it is. And that's okay.
Would you ever go into producing pegs and such with 3D printers? I'm not sure what you mean with that.
Pegs. Like for articulating stuff?
No. That's a question from Figures Out. Oh, I was able to fix the screw that broke on me on the last Batmobile build. I was putting in like the steering gearbox, and one of the screws snapped. Afterwards, I was able to drill it out and get.
Figures Out said yes for articulation. There are some resins out there that would probably work okay for that, but I don't know if it would be my first choice. Go in on making, like, do you just need one peg or something produced to replace something that broke? Yeah, there's some resins out there. I don't know how to show stuff in the chat, so figures out it's asking if their material's sturdy enough to take the tension. There are some out there.
I'll make you a next the next chat, so I can make you a co-host so you can actually type in the chat from StreamYard.
So I just bought a bottle of resin. The tough black resin, which seems like it should be able to do that. But there's a I think it's F69 resin. I don't remember who produces it. I think it's called F69 resin, which I know will, but it's quite a bit more expensive. It's like I think it's like $50 a bottle, but it comes out feeling pretty much like a regular plastic figure would feel, like that kind of like the same stuff a Marvel Legends is made out of. But I'll let you know how this tough resin works out. Yeah, so I ordered a bottle of Anycube Tough Resin 2.0. And that was $35, but it was on sale sale ends in 1 hour and 50 minutes. It's on sale from $45 to $35.
That's a pretty good sale.
You got 1 hour and 50 minutes if you want to get you some.
Where from?
Amazon. Oh, let me send you a link.
Yeah.
All right, I'll send you the link. I'll do it on Discord. Maybe.
I logged into X, make sure we're streaming to it, and like for some reason this computer forgot login. I had to re-log in.
Oh, that's why. I'm looking for your icon. That's not the icon I thought it was.
Yeah, it's lower. Oh.
Yeah, I got it. There you go. It arrived.
I heard. And you probably heard through this stream.
Yep, I did. For replacing joints, yeah, but also for replicating those nice, good ball joints you see on some figures. Figures Out has been playing around with the software for 3D printing. Heck, fun. Just haven't bit the bullet on a 3D printer yet.
There's a lot to choose from.
Yep, there are lots to choose from.
If you're getting into, like, for figures, resin's the way to go. Like, heads and parts like that, armor and bits, you want a resin printer.
Mm-hmm. Well, my tailbone is telling me that it is time for me to call it an evening.
Well, we're a couple minutes after 2 hours, so it's time to call it night anyway.
Yeah, I just until that heals all the rest away, I'm probably not going to be sitting much longer than 2 hours because it just gets to hurting too bad.
Yep. For everybody in the chat, thank you again for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. Mr. Cannon, always a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for having me again.
And looks like we will be doing the Batmobile build on Tuesday and Whip It Thursday. So you can come back,
All right.
hang out with us again, and we'll catch y'all next time.
We'll see you then. Take care.